Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive deep into the intriguing twists and turns unfolding in Port Charles on Tuesday, May 13th. From clandestine meetings and academic rivalries to hidden agendas and emotional confessions, the drama is heating up in ways that will keep fans on the edge of their seats. Let's unpack the latest developments with fresh insights, expanded details, and a closer look at the complex web of relationships and secrets that define life in this beloved town. Secret alliances and dangerous updates at Lulu's house. In a quiet corner of Lulu Spencer's home, Laura Collins finds herself in a covert rendezvous with Deputy Mayor Jordan Ashford. The air is thick with tension as they discuss critical updates concerning the notorious Jen Sidwell, a figure whose shadow looms large over Port Charles. Jordan, with a furrowed brow and a tone heavy with concern, delivers unsettling news. She hints at an impending catastrophe tied to Sidwell's operations, though she keeps the specifics under wraps for now. Could this brewing storm involve a direct threat to someone Laura holds dear? As the matriarch of the Spencer family, Laura's protective instincts kick in, and she begins strategizing her next move to safeguard her loved ones. This clandestine meeting sets the stage for a potential clash, as Laura's determination to neutralize Sidwell's influence might lead her down a dangerous path. Fans can expect her resolve to be tested as she navigates this murky situation, possibly drawing other key players into the fray. Academic betrayal and unforeseen opportunities. Meanwhile, at the university, Emma is riding high on anticipation as she prepares to submit her extra credit assignment to the esteemed Professor Henry "Hank" Dalton. She's poured countless late-night hours into perfecting a groundbreaking data protocol, hoping to earn not just a grade but the professor's coveted approval. However, disaster strikes when she discovers that the files on her thumb drive are irreparably corrupted. The look of devastation on her face is palpable as months of meticulous work vanish in an instant. Standing before Professor Dalton, she braces for his sharp disappointment, a blow to both her academic standing and her confidence. But in a cruel twist of fate, Emma's misfortune becomes a golden opportunity for her rival, Jocelyn. Unbeknownst to Emma, Jocelyn has managed to obtain a copy of the corrupted project data and, with a mix of cunning and desperation, presents it as her own. Professor Dalton, impressed by the innovative ideas, begins to see Jocelyn in a new light. He even hints at the possibility of awarding her the coveted research assistant position, provided she meets a mysterious condition he has yet to reveal. This condition could involve a rigorous test of her skills or a moral dilemma that challenges her ethics. While Jocelyn grapples with guilt over betraying Emma, whispers of her success reach Jack Brennan, who is secretly steering her toward a larger mission with the WSB. Brennan's satisfaction is evident. He sees Jocelyn's academic coup as a stepping stone in her covert journey, though the weight of her deception might soon become too heavy to bear. Power plays and strategic maneuvers. Across town, Jason Morgan finds himself caught in a storm of conflicting loyalties. His recent confrontation with Sonny Corinthos over a risky deal involving Jen Sidwell's offer for control of the piers has left their friendship on shaky ground. Sonny's obsession with maintaining power clashes with Jason's desire to protect what remains of their shared past. Enter Tracy Quartermain, a woman known for her sharp mind and sharper tongue. In a private conversation, Tracy lays out a bold vision for Port Charles I that excludes Sonny as a dominant force. She reveals her belief that Sonny is quietly seeking an exit from the mob life, a revelation that catches Jason off guard. Tracy proposes an alliance, suggesting that Jason could be instrumental in reshaping the town's power dynamics if he aligns with her intricate plan. This plan might involve leveraging Sonny's vulnerabilities or forging unexpected partnerships with other influential families. Jason, torn between his loyalty to Sonny and the tantalizing prospect of a new future, must weigh his options carefully. Tracy's proposal could mark a turning point for Jason, but it also risks deepening the fracture in his relationship with Sonny, setting the stage for explosive consequences. Friendship dilemmas and seeking wisdom. Over at Maxie Jones' corner of Port Charles, emotional turmoil brews as she struggles with a deeply personal conflict. Caught between her two closest friends, Brooklyn Quartermain and Lulu Spencer, Maxie feels like she's being forced to pick a side in an unspoken war. Brooklyn's recent actions have put pressure on Maxie to prioritize their bond, while Lulu's own challenges tug at Maxie's heartstrings. Desperate for clarity, Maxie turns to Anna Devane, a trusted confidant whose wisdom and experience in navigating complex relationships make her the perfect sounding board. Anna, with her calm demeanor, offers Maxie a perspective that emphasizes balance and honesty, urging her to confront the root of the tension. This heart-to-heart could lead Maxie to host a candid conversation with both friends, potentially uncovering buried resentments or misunderstandings. As Maxie wrestles with her divided loyalties, viewers will be left wondering if she can mend the rift or if this triangle of friendship is doomed to fracture under the weight of unspoken truths. Hidden threats and emotional confessions. At the hospital, Portia Robinson faces a spiraling crisis involving Drew Kane, whose actions threaten to unravel her carefully constructed life. As she defends Drew in ways that seem increasingly desperate, her husband, Curtis Ashford, begins to sense that something is terribly wrong. Portia's cryptic admission that she has to protect Drew raises red flags for Curtis, who presses for answers. Is Portia shielding Drew due to blackmail, or does a deeper, more personal secret bind her to him? Her hesitation suggests she's walking a tightrope between confession and concealment, a decision that could either strengthen or shatter her marriage. Meanwhile, Jack Brennan turns his charm on Carly Spencer, catching her off guard with a heartfelt admission of how much she means to him. Their connection deepens over shared laughter and quiet moments, but beneath the surface, Brennan harbors secrets, particularly about Jocelyn's dangerous new path. Carly, blissfully unaware of the storm brewing around her daughter, might soon find herself entangled in Brennan's web of deception, testing the limits of their burgeoning bond. Uncovering past secrets and forbidden truths? Finally, Lulu Spencer faces a surprising obstacle when Tracy Quartermaine implores her to abandon her investigation into her adoption story. Lulu quickly deduces that Brooklyn must have confided in Tracy about her past, including the heartbreaking decision to give up a child during her teenage years. However, Brooklyn omitted a crucial detail that Dante Falconeri is the biological father. Lulu now stands at a crossroads. Should she reveal this bombshell to Tracy, risking further complications, or keep the secret locked away? Regardless of her choice, Lulu's determination to uncover the full truth about her past remains unshakable. Each clue she uncovers brings her closer to a staggering revelation about Giovanni Gio Palmieri's true parentage, promising a seismic shift in the lives of everyone involved. As Lulu digs deeper, her journey might unearth long-buried family ties, forcing her to confront painful memories and redefine her identity in ways she never anticipated. Next, we will explore the electrifying drama set to unfold in Port Charles during the week of May 12, 2025. With heartbreak, hidden truths, and simmering suspicions taking center stage, this week promises 3 must-see moments that will captivate fans of the beloved ABC soap opera. From Willow Tate Corinthos' emotional turmoil to Lulu Spencer's relentless pursuit of answers and Curtis Ashford's growing doubts, let's dive into the twists and turns with expanded details, inventive elements, and a deeper look at the intricate lives of our favorite characters. Willow sits shattered heart and a web of deception. One of the most poignant moments this week centers on Willow Tate Corinthos, whose world is about to be rocked by a devastating revelation. The news of Drew Kane's predicament has already turned her perception upside down. Learning that he was drugged with ketamine by the manipulative Jacinda transformed him from a questionable figure into a victim in her eyes. Willow's empathy for Drew has grown, but her heart is primed for a brutal fracture. During a recent conversation with her confidant, Sasha Gilmore Corbin, Willow opened up about a painful failed trip to Germany, where she hoped to reconcile with Michael Corinthos. The shock on Sasha's face was unmistakable when Willow revealed that Michael refused to even see her. This oddity doesn't sit right with Sasha, who suspects something is amiss. Could Sasha take matters into her own hands, perhaps reaching out to Jason Morgan for clarity on Michael's whereabouts during that time? As whispers circulate, there's a chilling possibility that Willow might uncover a harsh truth that Michael was never in Germany, and Drew orchestrated her rejection by instructing a nurse to turn her away. This betrayal could shatter Willow's trust in Drew, leaving her to question not only his intentions but also the foundation of her relationships. The emotional fallout might push her to seek solace in unexpected places, possibly reigniting old tensions or forging new alliances as she grapples with the pain of deception. Curtis's growing suspicions and a fragile marriage. Elsewhere, in Port Charles, Curtis Ashford finds himself wrestling with an uneasy feeling that something isn't quite right with his wife, Portia Robinson. The seeds of doubt are sown when Curtis unexpectedly witnesses a peculiar interaction between Portia and Drew Kane. Portia's oddly protective stance toward Drew, urging Curtis to go easy on him, sets off alarm bells in his sharp, investigative mind. Why are you defending him? Curtis probes, his tone laced with both curiosity and concern. A preview snippet hints that Portia might teeter on the edge of confession, her eyes betraying the weight of a secret she's desperate to conceal. Yet, it's more likely that she'll weave an elaborate cover story to shield the true reason behind her alliance with Drew. Perhaps she'll claim it's purely professional, tied to hospital politics or a patient's case, but Curtis's instincts tell him there's more beneath the surface. Could Drew be holding something over Portia, a piece of leverage that binds her to him against her will? As Curtis digs deeper, their marriage might face its toughest test yet, with trust hanging by a thread. This storyline could introduce a new layer of complexity if Curtis enlists an old friend or private contact to uncover Portia's hidden motives, potentially exposing a scandal that threatens to upend their lives. Lulu sets relentless hunt for truth. In another corner of town, Lulu Spencer embarks on a determined quest for answers, her investigative spirit ignited by a curious exchange involving Lois Cerullo and Giovanni Gio Palmieri. When Lois leaps to Gio's defense in a conversation with Dante Falconeri, Lulu's radar pings with suspicion. Though Lois manages to deflect and cover her tracks, Lulu's journalist instincts kick into overdrive, noting every subtle clue. Her investigation takes a significant turn as she corners Ned Quartermaine, pressing him for details about Lois's whereabouts during the pivotal time of Gio's birth. Ned reluctantly shares that Brooke Lynn Quartermaine, known as BLQ, missed 6 months of high school under the guise of touring with Lois, a timeline that doesn't quite add up. Lulu's mind races as she connects the dots, piecing together fragments of a long-buried secret. Each step forward brings her closer to a jaw-dropping discovery about Gio's true parentage, one that could rewrite family histories and strain long-standing relationships. Might Lulu stumble upon old letters, hospital records, or a forgotten photo that confirms her suspicions? Her pursuit of truth is a ticking time bomb, poised to detonate emotional explosions across Port Charles as she inches toward a revelation that no one saw coming. Additional sparks and brewing conflicts. Beyond these central storylines, the week is packed with additional intrigue that promises to keep viewers glued to their screens. Jordan Ashford steps into a tense situation as she issues a stern warning to Laura Collins, possibly tied to an escalating threat from the shadowy Jen Sidwell. The specifics of their conversation remain cloaked in mystery, but Laura's reaction suggests a storm is brewing that could impact the entire Spencer family. Meanwhile, friction between Jason Morgan and Sonny Corinthos reaches a boiling point over a controversial deal involving Sidwell. Jason's reservations clash with Sonny's ambition, creating a rift that might force both men to reassess their loyalties and long-term goals. Could this disagreement draw other power players into the conflict, reshaping the balance of influence in Port Charles? These side stories add layers of suspense, weaving a complex tapestry of drama that ensures no character is safe from the ripple effects of this week's major events. Next, we're diving deep into the swirling drama surrounding Brooke Lynn Quartermaine, Maxie Jones, and Lulu Spencer, as tensions boil over with secrets, ultimatums, and life-altering revelations in Port Charles. This saga is packed with betrayal, hidden truths, and fractured friendships, and we're here to unpack every jaw-dropping detail with fresh perspectives and intriguing new angles. Buckle up because this storyline is about to take you on a wild emotional ride. A heart-wrenching ultimatum shakes friendships to the core. The once unbreakable bond between Brooke Lynn Quartermaine and Maxie Jones has hit a stormy patch, and it all began with a shocking demand that no one saw coming. Brooke Lynn, known for her fierce loyalty but equally fiery temper, recently cornered Maxie with an impossible choice: stand by her side or maintain her deep-rooted friendship with Lulu Spencer. This isn't just a petty squabble over a misunderstanding, it's a clash of egos and unresolved grudges that have simmered beneath the surface for far too long. Brooke Lynn's ultimatum wasn't delivered with malice, but rather a desperate plea born from years of feeling overshadowed by Lulu's influence in Maxie's life. Sources close to the trio reveal that Brooke Lynn feels Lulu has always had an upper hand, often painting her as the villain in their shared history. Maxie, caught in the crossfire, is visibly torn. How does one choose between two people who have been pillars of support through life's darkest moments? Maxie has shared countless memories with both women, late-night confessions, tearful heartbreaks, and triumphant victories. To pick a side would mean severing a part of her own history, and the weight of that decision is etched on her face every time the topic arises. Insiders suggest Maxie has been avoiding a direct answer, hoping against hope that time might heal the rift between her closest confidantes. But with each passing day, the chasm between Brooke Lynn and Lulu only widens, fueled by past betrayals and a secret so explosive it could shatter everything. Adding another layer to this complex triangle, rumors are swirling around Port Charles that this feud might have deeper roots than mere personality clashes. Some speculate that Brooke Lynn's ultimatum stems from a recent heated argument at the Quartermaine mansion, where Lulu allegedly made scathing remarks about Brooke Lynn's life choices. Whether it's jealousy over Brooklyn's newfound stability or unresolved tension from their shared past with Dante Falconeri, one thing is clear: Maxie's indecision might soon be the least of her worries as bigger storms loom on the horizon. A devastating secret threatens to unravel Brooklyn's world. At the heart of this escalating drama lies a secret so monumental it could rewrite the very fabric of relationships in Port Charles. Lulu Spencer, ever the investigative soul with a knack for uncovering hidden truths, holds a piece of information that could destroy Brooklyn's carefully constructed life. Years ago, in a chapter of her life shrouded in mystery, Brooklyn and Dante Falconeri shared a profound connection that resulted in a son they gave up for adoption under heartbreaking circumstances. This wasn't a decision made lightly. It was a choice born from youthful uncertainty and the weight of family expectations. Brooklyn has carried this burden silently, locking away the pain of losing her firstborn in a corner of her heart she rarely visits. Lulu, however, stumbled upon this buried truth during one of her deep dives into the past, perhaps while piecing together stories for her journalistic pursuits. The knowledge that Brooklyn and Dante share a child neither of them speaks of has become a weapon in Lulu's hands, whether she intends to wield it or not. According to close friends, Lulu wrestles with her conscience daily. On one hand, she believes Dante deserves to know about his son, to have the chance to connect with a part of himself he never knew existed. On the other, she understands the catastrophic fallout such a revelation could trigger, not just for Brooklyn but for everyone tied to the Quartermain and Falconeri families. If Lulu decides to unveil this secret, the repercussions could be seismic. Imagine the scene at a crowded Quartermain family gathering, where whispered conversations suddenly halt as Lulu's voice cuts through with the bombshell. Brooklyn's carefully curated image as the resilient, unflappable heiress would crumble in an instant, replaced by raw vulnerability and accusatory glares from those she holds dear. Maxie, upon learning that Lulu had been sitting on this information, would likely feel a profound sense of betrayal not just for Brooklyn, but for herself. After all, how could a best friend keep such a life-altering secret and use it as leverage? This could be the tipping point that forces Maxie to finally make her choice, aligning herself with Brooklyn in a show of solidarity against Lulu's moral overreach. Uncovering the identity of Gio Palmieri, a shocking connection. As if the tension surrounding the adoption secret wasn't enough, Lulu's investigative instincts have kicked into overdrive, leading her down a path that could unearth even more startling truths. Recently, whispers around Port Charles have linked Gio Palmieri, a charming newcomer with an air of mystery, to Brooklyn and Dante's past. Could Gio be the very child they gave up all those years ago? Lulu seems to think so, and she's determined to connect the dots even if it means overstepping boundaries that could cost her everything. Her history as a tenacious reporter fuels her drive to seek answers, but it also blinds her to the potential devastation her actions could cause. While Lulu lacks concrete evidence, her suspicions are not entirely baseless. Gio's arrival in town coincided with subtle, unexplained glances from Brooklyn, as if she sees something or someone in him that stirs buried emotions. His mannerisms, his smile, even the way he carries himself, have sparked quiet conversations at Kelly's Diner and the local watering holes. Some longtime residents speculate that Gio's sudden interest in the Quartermain family isn't just curiosity. It might be an unconscious pull toward roots he doesn't yet understand. Lulu, armed with fragments of old records and hushed rumors from adoption agencies, is piecing together a puzzle that could detonate like a grenade in the heart of Port Charles. If Lulu confirms and exposes that Gio is indeed Brooklyn and Dante's biological son, the shockwaves would reverberate far beyond the immediate trio. The Quartermain clan, already a hotbed of drama and dysfunction, would be thrown into chaos as they grapple with the emergence of a new family member, one who was hidden from them for decades. Dante, blindsided by the revelation, would face an internal storm of guilt, anger, and longing, questioning every decision that led to this moment. For Brooklyn, the public exposure of her most private pain could be the ultimate betrayal, cementing her belief that Lulu's quest for truth often comes at the expense of others' lives. Maxie, witnessing this fallout, would likely see Lulu's actions as a step too far, further solidifying her stance against her once dear friend. Maxie's loyalty tested, a friendship on the brink of collapse. When the dust settles, if it ever does, Maxie Jones will find herself at a crossroads she never anticipated. Once Lulu's revelations come to light, whether it's the adoption secret alone or the earth-shattering identity of Gio Palmieri, Maxie will be forced to confront the reality of her fractured friendships. In a heartfelt moment that's bound to tug at viewers' emotions, Maxie is expected to stand before Lulu and declare her unwavering support for Brooklyn. This won't be a decision made out of spite, but out of a deep-seated belief that Lulu crossed an unforgivable line by airing Brooklyn's most intimate secrets to the world. Maxie, who has always valued loyalty above all, will see Lulu's actions as a breach of trust that cannot be mended with mere apologies. Lulu, never one to back down from a fight, won't take Maxie's decision lying down. Sparks are sure to fly as she reminds Maxie of past indiscretions, including the time Maxie herself betrayed Lulu's confidence by revealing to Dante that Lulu still harbored feelings for him. This accusation will reopen old wounds, turning their confrontation into a battleground of bitter recriminations and unspoken resentments. Their once inseparable bond will strain under the weight of these conflicts, leaving fans to wonder if there's any hope for reconciliation. Could a shared crisis, perhaps a danger threatening someone they both love, bring them back together, or are these rifts too deep, destined to leave permanent scars on their friendship? As the drama unfolds, Port Charles residents are already taking sides, with some supporting Lulu's right to uncover the truth and others condemning her for meddling in matters that aren't hers to expose. Local gossip at the diner suggests Maxie might face pressure from unexpected quarters, perhaps even her own family, to reconsider her stance. Yet, for now, her heart seems set on protecting Brooklyn, a woman who has endured enough public scrutiny and personal loss to last a lifetime. What lies ahead for Brooklyn, Maxie, and Lulu? This tangled web of secrets, ultimatums, and revelations is far from unraveled, and the future in Port Charles looks more uncertain than ever. Will Maxie hold firm in her decision to side with Brooklyn, or could new twists force her to reevaluate her loyalties? Will Lulu's determination to expose the truth about Gio Palmieri backfire, costing her not just Maxie's friendship but her standing in the community? And for Brooklyn, can she find the strength to weather the storm of her past being laid bare, possibly forging a new connection with a son she never thought she'd see again? We want to hear from you, our passionate General Hospital fans. Do you think Maxie will stick to her choice, or might she waver under the weight of Lulu's counterarguments? Is Lulu justified in her quest for truth, or has she overstepped into territory that should remain buried? And how do you see Brooklyn navigating the potential reunion with Gio if the rumors prove true? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for the latest spoilers, updates, and exclusive insights into all things General Hospital. Until next time, keep tuning in to see how this explosive storyline unfolds.